So good morning dear students. We are going to start the third part of the chapter manufacturing industries, and I hope you have gone through the other two part. This is the last part of the chapter, and after this I will be uploading the revision videos for your upcoming examination, and I hope all are enjoying the classes. And whatever is your doubt, children, you feel free to ask me. You can write in the campus care message box and I will get back to you regarding the same. So we have finished in the second slide regarding the agro-based industries, right? So now we are on mineral-based industry. So what is the definition of mineral-based industries? The industries which depend on minerals for their raw materials. Simple. The industries which depend on minerals for their raw materials are called as mineral-based industries. Iron and steel industry is a very important mineral-based industry. So we will learn about iron and steel industry. So iron and steel industries are called basic industries. Why are they called basic industry? Because all the other small and medium industries depend on them for the machinery or for their raw material. They are also called as key industries. They are also called basic industries. Why? Because they use bulky raw material. What is bulky means? In large quantity and very big. So they use bulky raw materials like what? Iron ore, coal, coking coal and limestone. All these are bulky raw material. Remember, the finished product of iron and steel industries is also very bulky or very big. Therefore, iron and steel industries are called as basic or key industries, right? So, consumption and production of steel is often regarded as the index of a country's development. Now, what is the meaning? If we say that particular country is developed, one of the important criteria how we compare the country's development is because of use of steel. So production and consumption of steel is regarded as an index of the country's development. So it means iron and steel industries are supposed to be playing a great role in the development of the nation. Okay, so now there is a question which is important, reasoning question. Where should the steel plants be located? Okay, we have told iron and steel uses bulky commodities as raw material. The finished products are also very huge and large and heavy. They also use raw materials like iron ore, coking coal and limestone, which is very bulky. So the question is, where should the steel plants be located? Answer is very simple. The steel plants can be located where the raw materials are available easily. Cheap labor is available or there is port facility available. So if you check in the map in the book, the Chota Nagpur Plateau region of India have maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Now what is the reason? This can also be a question. The Chota Nagpur Plateau region have maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Why? It is because raw materials are easily available there. Yes, labor is in abundance. It is close to the port. So port facilities are available for transportation or for export and import of iron ore. So this is the answer. So what is the next part here? Distinguish between mini steel plant and integrated steel plant. Now by its name only we can understand. Mini means small and integrated means very large. Actually meaning of integrated is not large, but meaning of integrated is that a huge big industry where raw material to every process of making a bulky or a big machinery has been completed. Yes, so in simple words, mini and integrated steel plants, what is the major difference? Mini plants are small, integrated plants are very large. So distinguish between the two. Mini steel plants are smaller and they have electric furnaces. What electric furnaces? The smelting of iron ore is done with the help of coking coal, right? High variety of coking coal. But in mini steel plants, for melting of the metals, what is used? Electrical furnaces are used. They use steel scrape and sponge iron. Now, what is this steel scrape? The leftovers, yes, or the low quality of iron ore is sponge iron. They produce mild and alloy steels. They produce a small machinery. They make alloys of steel. Now, there are 400 mini steel plants in India. Right now, what is the integrated steel plant? Integrated steel plants are large and handles everything in one complex, from raw material to making of a big product. Many a times in the industries, assembly lines are used. That means different products are manufactured in different or smaller industries and they are only assembled in a big industry. But in integrated steel plant, from raw material to making of a big product, everything is done within the company, within the factory or within the plant. So in India, there are 10 integrated steel plants. So you will go through the map in the book. I hope you are clear. Okay, so the public sector means run and controlled by government. So public sector market their steel through the Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. But the private sector market their steel through TISCO, that is Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. All right, I hope you are clear. Please revise this for 1 mark answer. The Chota Nagpur Plateau region has maximum concentration of iron and steel industry. Now, if it is a question, what can be the answer? Because most of the raw materials are available there, that is in closeness, in proximity. They also have abundance of labor. They are also close to the port areas where export and import of goods is easy. Therefore, most of the iron and steel industries are located in and around the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Now, it is because of what? According to the book, what particular reasons they give? It is because of low cost of iron ore, high grade raw material in proximity. Proximity means in closeness, nearby are available. Cheap labor and vast home market, for because the iron and steel industries, they themselves are using the raw materials, right? And the smaller industries. So most of the iron and steel industries are located in and around the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Yes, I hope you are clear, children. Okay. Now, what are the challenges faced by iron and steel industries? This is a question. 3 mark. Okay. What are the challenges? High cost of coking coal. The coal which is of high grade is required for smelting of iron ore. The cost of the coal is very high. Then low productivity of labor. Mostly the laborers who are not very skilled, the productivity is quite low as compared to the skilled laborers. Then irregular supply of energy and poor infrastructure. The road and the railway network or the infrastructures in the form of anything is very poor infrastructure. Now, but in recent years, liberalization and foreign direct investment has given a boost to the industry. After 2000, the government of India has adopted a new economic policy. What do we say? NEP, that is new economic policy. According to the new economic policy, we are now the part of the globalization, and because that lesson will come later, I will explain you, right? So because of that, the international or the MNCs are now coming to India, investing money, investing technologies, and they are helping out in an encouragement of production of iron and steel. Okay, now next mineral based industry. First, what we have finished? Iron and steel. Second, aluminium smelting. Aluminium smelting is the second most important metallurgical industry in India. It is light. What is light? Aluminium. Okay, aluminium is light, resistant to corrosion, and good conductor of heat. It is also malleable and it becomes strong when mixed with metals. So aluminium smelting industry is also a very important industry. And talking about the metal, aluminium is called as the champion of metals, and it is used in a lot of products, right? And if you think of aircrafts, so most of all the aircrafts are made with aluminium. It is a light metal, right? Now what are the qualities given? It is light, resistant to corrosion, good conductor of heat, malleable, and becomes strong when mixed with other metals. Therefore aluminium is called as the champion of metals, right? Now it is used in making aircraft utensils and wires. You must have seen mama cooking food at home. Yes, and some of the containers in which she is cooking, they look white in color, right? Now that is aluminium, right? That is called as aluminium. So it is used for making aircrafts, utensils, and also for wires and cables. Aluminium smelting plants are located in which states? Odisha, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. In 2014-15, children, in certain books, the data can be different depending upon which year it is showing. So according to 2014-15, India produced over 3.96 million tons of aluminium. Okay. Now bauxite. Bauxite is the raw material and it is used in the smelting, and it is a very bulky, dark, reddish colored rock. Yes, regular supply of electricity and assured raw material at minimum cost are the two important factors for making of aluminium smelting industry, right? So bauxite is the raw material for making aluminium. Now how is bauxite? It is also very bulky, dark reddish color rock. Yes, for aluminium smelting industry, what is required? Regular supply of electricity. So we can say that where aluminium smelting industries can be located? Where there is continuous supply of electricity. Or if I ask you where aluminium smelting industries cannot be made, where regular supply of electricity is not there. All right, I hope you are clear. So we have finished with iron ore industries and aluminium smelting industries. So we have finished with agro based and then mineral based, and now the third category, chemical industries. Now chemical industry is the fastest growing and diversified industry in the world or in India. Why diversified? Because they make hundreds and hundreds of types of things. Diversified goods are made in the aluminium industry. So it contributes 3% to our gross domestic product, and it is the third largest industry in Asia and occupy 12th position in the world in terms of its size. So in simple words, we can say that the chemical industry in India is very fast growing. It contributes 3% to GDP. Also, it occupies a very important position in Asia. India's position is 12th and third largest in Asia and 12th position in the world in terms of the size of chemical industry. Now, what does the chemical industry make? The chemical industry make organic as well as inorganic chemicals. Now what? Sulfuric acid, synthetic fibers. What are the synthetic fibers? Nylon, terene, Decron. All these are what? Synthetic fibers. Plastics, adhesives, paints, dye stuff. Dyes are what? Colors, है ना? Dye stuff, nitric acid, soda ash, caustic soda, glass, paint, insecticides, pesticides, whatever you talk about, cosmetics, yes, whatever you talk about, these products are made in the chemical industries. It can be organic or it can be inorganic. You can refer this on page number 75 in the textbook. Okay, now next is fertilizer industries, right? So fertilizer industry is very important for India. If you remember geography first chapter, India is an agricultural country, right? We say India is an agrarian economy, and because of that, if agriculture will develop, or if agriculture has to develop in India, or the production has to increase, what we require? We require fertilizers in large quantities, right? So fertilizer industry plays a very important role for promotion of agriculture in India. So it is centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers. In India, we produce what? Nitrogenous fertilizers and ammonium phosphate fertilizers, that is DAP, which has a combination of nitrogen, phosphate and potash. Now potash is entirely imported. Yes, we do not have. So what we do? We import. And when we import, we have to pay large sums of money for it. Right? That means the cost of the fertilizer would be more because we are importing potash. So India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizers. There are 57 fertilizer units, 29 for urea and 9 for ammonium sulfate. After the Green Revolution, the industry has expanded a lot. The need for fertilizer is very high from the industrial sector, and therefore the demand for the fertilizers has to be fulfilled. Therefore, the number of fertilizer units are increasing nowadays in India. Next is cement industry. Now, what is cement used for, children? Yes, cement is used for construction, right? So, if we say that India is getting modernized, one of the important things is that we are improving our infrastructures. Roads, railways, construction of buildings, all these are modernized. And for infrastructure building, what do we require? We require cement. Right? So cement is called a core based industry. Okay? Listen to me carefully. Cement is called a core based industry. What is core? Center. So it is in the center of all the industries. Meaning for construction, what is required? Cement. If cement is not there, then construction is not possible. So it is called as core based industry. It is needed for construction and require bulky and heavy raw materials. Now what are the raw materials for making cement? Limestone, silica, alumina and gypsum. The first cement plant was set up in Chennai in 1904. Now this is for map question. There are at present 128 large plants in India. Now it can differ depending upon what edition is your textbook. Yes, so there are 128 large plants, cement plants in India. Okay, next is automobile industries, IT industries and electronic industries. Automobiles has made a quantum jump in less than 15 years in India, 4 times in production. Now what does the automobile industry make? They make trucks, buses, car, motorcycles, scooters, three-wheelers, two-wheelers, multi-utility vehicles, all are made in the automobile industries. This industry is located around Delhi, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Indore, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Jamshedpur. If you have heard, these areas are called as EEZ. I repeat, these areas are called as Special Economic Zone. What they are called? Exclusive or Exclusive Economic Zone. Right? Now, suppose near Indore, we have Pithampur. Right? Indore's name is there, Indore. So, the government provide all the facilities for the industrialists to open their industries in these areas, and this way there will be an expansion in employment, there will be an expansion in earnings, and the governments will benefit. So the automobile industry is located in the special economic zones. All right, the exclusive economic zones, or EEZ, right? Okay, now electronic industry. Bangalore has emerged as electronic capital of India, right? The electronic industries are called sunrise industries. Yes, they are very diversified. Thousands of products are made in the electronic industries, right? Now, software technology parks are located in 46 locations around India, and over there, all the products which are made in the software technology parks are also economic zones, exclusive economic zones, where software technology parks are made, where the government provide facilities for making of or settling up of the IT industries or electronic industries. Now, there is a very important factor coming out from electronic industry or the IT industry. It provides 30%, or it provides employment to a large number of people, and out of that 30% of women are employed in the IT and electronic industries. Now that is a great deal, because these industries are providing a lot of employment to the skilled and unskilled women force, which is about 30%. All right, I hope I am clear up till here. Okay, now we are coming to the next point, industrial pollution and environmental degradation. You know that because of industries, a lot of pollution happens. You must have heard about the leakage of the methyl isocyanide gas in Bhopal, right? I hope everyone knows. And because of the leakage, there was a huge damage done in Bhopal and the surrounding areas, and lakhs of people were affected by the leakage of this methyl isocyanide gas. Right? So many died also, and till today, the effects of this gas is felt by the people who are born later on. So industrial pollution is a matter of great concern, and we know simply that there are four types of pollution. What is that? Air pollution, water pollution, right? So what is the first? Air pollution. How is air pollution caused? Very simple. Air pollution is caused by presence of undesirable gases. What are these undesirable gases? Like sulphur dioxide and carbon monoxide. It contains both solid and liquid particles. The major pollutants are chemical industries, paper industries, Klins. Brick. What is brick? Which is used for construction of houses. We use bricks, eat we say. So where the bricks are baked, those places are called brick Klins. So they also emit a lot of smoke. They are also a major air pollutant. Brick Klins, oil refineries, and burning of fossil fuels. All these are very much responsible for air pollution. Now, other than that, so many other things that we do in our day-to-day life. Suppose we clean the area around our house. There are leaves and we burn them. When we burn them, air pollution, right? And what we think, it is my right, it is under my area. So if I am burning the leaves, what is the problem to others? There is a problem, because the smoke is directly entering the atmosphere and air is getting polluted. So many agents are there of air pollution. In that, industries play a major important role. Water pollution. Water pollution is caused by dumping of solid and liquid waste in the water, which can be organic, also inorganic chemicals. Now, water pollutants include paper pulp industry, chemical industry, dyes means the paints or the colors industry, petroleum refineries, tanneries. What is tanneries? Leather industries, where cleaning of leather is done using a lot of chemical processes. All those things are directly dumped in the water, and so water get highly contaminated. You must have heard about pollution of the Ganga river. Now what is the reason for pollution? So many of these are the reasons for pollution of the Ganga river, and not only Ganga but all the major rivers of India. So water pollution is also a very major problem that we are facing. Next is thermal pollution. Thermal heat, right? So thermal pollution is caused by discharging of hot water from factories and thermal plants directly in the rivers. So when thermal electricity is made, the water from the thermal plants is directly dumped in the rivers. And so imagine that in the river, hot water is directly allowed to flow. What happens? All the marine organisms will die, and all the waste materials, whatever are dissolved in them, it gets dissolved in the river, and water get highly polluted. That is thermal pollution, right? It is the nuclear power plants are also responsible for pollution. That is thermal pollution. Okay. Next is noise pollution. You might have noticed that suppose you are driving, you are on your vehicle, two-wheeler, and suddenly another two-wheeler come from back and it blows the horn. How we feel? We feel very irritated, right? Why we feel irritated? Because that we are not liking the volume of the noise. Yes, it can be very dangerous to us. We can have deafness of ear, we can have irritation, it can increase our palpitation, or it can increase our blood pressure. So many problems can occur because of noise pollution. So you must have heard a lot of industries, the big machines around the industries, they make a lot of noise during the construction activities, generators. When electricity goes, everywhere generators are on. Sometimes the generators have silencers, but most of the time they don't have. So they make a lot of noise. Then drills, all these make a lot of noise pollution. And noise pollution can be very disastrous for us. We can become deaf. We can have problems like high blood pressure. We can also have irritation, and a lot of tensions can develop because of noise pollution, right? So I hope you can refer page 78. I hope you are clear. Okay, so how can we control environmental degradation? By minimizing the use of water for processing by reusing and recycling. Everybody knows the importance of R's, right? 3 and the 4 R's. So by minimizing the use of water, by processing, by reusing and recycling of water. Then harvesting of rain water. Then treating the hot water and effluents before the water is dumped in the river from the thermal plant. What should be done? Cooling of the water and treatment of the water. So the undesirable materials will be removed and the water will be cooled. Then it can be dumped in the river. Then by primary treatment, by what is primary treatment? Just screening, grinding and flocculation. Yes, you know alum, usually you perform a very common it is that is flocculation. When we put alum in the water, what happens? The impurities will subside down, right? So by using the primary treatment like grinding, flocculation and sedimentation, and secondary treatment by biological process, and tertiary treatment by biological, chemical and physical treatment, right? So many ways and means are used which can be called as primary, secondary or tertiary methods of cleaning of water for use. Okay, now the airborne particulate materials which are suspended in the air can be reduced by reduced by fitting smoke stacks in the factories, so that all the smoke will not go and mix in the air. It can be fitted with smoke stacks. So the fabric filters, and the machines can be fitted with silencers. All the machines can be redesigned. Noise absorbing materials can be used to reduce environmental degradation. Now, it is very important that awareness not only for the common people but awareness for the industrialist. The government have made strict rules and laws regarding control of different type of pollutions. Yes, but it depends upon how much the factory owners are able to do it, or how much strict the government is regarding the control of the different types of pollution. So all the factors which are given here should be followed, so that it is not stopped, at least it can be controlled, the pollution, so we can make this earth a better place to live for all of us, right? Because pollution is not a matter of one city or one country, but air pollution or water pollution is a matter of the entire humankind, and therefore they need to be protected and prevented. It's very important that we become enlightened, we come to know what is the good and what is the bad regarding saving our environment. So you can refer to page 78, that is the last paragraph of the chapter. I hope you are clear, children. So this is the end of the third part and the end of the chapter. I will get back to you later on Friday, and be prepare yourself for periodic assessment 1. I have already given you the course in the campus care. Please go through it. The chapters are written over there. 50 marks paper will be there. There will be objective and there will be also descriptive answers. All of you revise. I am uploading the answers also. I have uploaded them for 2 chapters already. So all of you write those answers in your fair copy, complete the copy, revise the answers, and get ready for giving the test. God bless you, children. Have a good day.